What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite, and welcome back to the Tactic Tester with Atletico de Madrid. Today we have Liverpool in the Champions League group stage and Real Madrid in La Liga. The hardest episode we've had so far. Liverpool really handed it to us last time, even though we were able to get the draw. They were the much better team. This one's going to be at home, though, so maybe we'll have an advantage with that being the case. Then Real Madrid is away from home, so that's going to be... They're second in the table, so that's going to be really hard. We're obviously still top of the table, 8 points clear, so even if we lose against Real Madrid, it's not that big of a deal. We're still giving ourselves a pretty good gap at the top. Won every single game of the league so far. So this tactic so far is going well. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not been crazy good in Europe, but it's been really good in the league. So maybe it's just not like an elite tactic against the most elite teams, but seems pretty solid. So if we look at the schedule since I last saw you, pretty good. We played Osasuna, beat them 2-0. Goal by Carrasco in stoppage time of the first half, and a goal by Moussa Dembele. Dembele's still been good for me, so he's a nice get. He's still our leading goal scorer, but Suarez hasn't played a whole lot of games just yet because he's had kind of a couple different injuries. We then played Villarreal, beat them 1-0. Savage with the goal. Pretty nervy game, but we were the better team. We deserved the win. And then we played Inter Milan away from home, and we absolutely destroyed them. It wasn't even close. They didn't deserve to be in the game at all. It probably should have been 3-0 to us, and they won 2-0. Look at these match stats. Unbelievable. Got FM'd like no other. 15 shots, 9 on target, to 5 shots, 3 on target. 2.3 XG to 0.5 XG, and we lost 2-0. And we had the possession lead, and we missed a penalty. The most I've been FM'd in a long time. Absolutely unbelievable that they won that game. So that pretty much guaranteed that they're going to finish top of the group. We're pretty much out. We still have a chance of finishing second, but we need a result here against Liverpool. We had the draw in the first leg. We need at least a draw in this second leg because we're in a better position as we stand. So we need a draw in this game. If we don't, we're probably going to the Europa League. So this is a huge game. Then Real Madrid's obviously a huge game, but we've got a decent lead there. It's not quite as big as this Liverpool game is. Obviously, the second to last game of the group stage. The last time we'll play against one of the big two teams in this group. We should be beating Stade Rennais away from home, so I think this is going to determine the group. I mean, Inter Milan might beat Liverpool in the next match, and maybe we can sneak through because of that into the Champions League. But I just want to get a good result. All I have to do is get a good result against Liverpool and not screw it up against Stade Rennais, and we're going to the knockout rounds of the Champions League. So, this is a team I've put together to try to beat them. I've gone a little bit more defensive on the wingbacks. Obviously, I'm looking for a draw pretty much, so Hermoso and Mendy, who are naturally center backs as well, are going to be playing on the fullback positions. Other than that, it's our strongest back line. Llorente has come in for Kondogbia, mostly because Kondogbia has been terrible. 6.68 in his last 5. But also because Llorente likes big matches where Kondogbia has nothing. I think he's got slightly enjoys big matches. Llorente, I think, relishes big matches. So I'm going with Llorente this game. So Will and Koke on the Segundo Volante positions. Correa comes in for João Felix because João Felix has been pretty poor. Correa's been pretty good, and Correa has better big matches than João Felix has. I think he likes big matches is all he has. Enjoys big matches. And João Felix has nothing for big matches. So I'm going with Correa and Lamar. Lamar's been our best performing trequartista so far this season, so he's definitely got to start. I thought of playing Suarez at trequartista and putting in Moussa Dembele, but I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I might make that sub during the game, but to start, this is the squad I'm going to go with. So let's get into it, see if we can get a good result, and see if we can almost secure our place in the knockout round of the Champions League. I'm going to say the media have given you a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display. I just said that not very long ago, so I didn't get the best reaction for it. If you say it a lot, you don't get as good of a reaction the next second or third time, but it's still a really good thing to say. Both teams coming into this one in good form. How do you rate your chances ahead of kickoff? We're going to have to be at our very best to get something today. Liverpool are as good as they come and will certainly be able to cause us 1 or 2 problems. What do you see being the deciding factor between two teams who have a very similar tactical approach? I'm expecting a fascinating contest, and we'll have to be at our best when it comes to reacting and adjusting. That's where it'll be won and lost. This is going to be our squad. You saw it before. I think it's strong. Form-wise, we've been okay. But Liverpool are really good form. That's a really strong squad. Milner, Thiago, Fabinho at center back, and no Roberto Firmino up top. So they're not full strength. We are tied on points, but we have the better goal. We have the head-to-head, I guess, because we drew away. Because I think it's head-to-head before goal difference. So I guess we have the tie because we drew away from home. So that's why the only reason we're ahead. So a draw here we'd have to still get a win against Stade Rennais. But actually, would we? I don't think we would we? We would be 3 points clear of Liverpool with the better head-to-head. I think if we win here, we qualify second. Maybe my math sucks, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So win is even bigger than I realized. As Mane is going to go through on goal. His pace is ridiculous, and a good sliding challenge, but it still falls right back to him. But Oblak, showing he's the best goalkeeper in the world with a world-class save. Salah with the ball in, and Oblak's going to get to it. He's been so good for us this season so far. The game truly represents how good Jan Oblak is, because he's been fantastic. As it's going to be another Liverpool. I forgot I'm on attacking. Oh, crap. I was going to change it to balance, and I forgot. Hopefully that doesn't screw us over. I think we got away with it, though. I definitely want to start balance, because obviously I'm okay with the draw. Because I think we should be able to beat Stade Rennais away from home. We destroyed them last time, as they've actually drawn level with Inter. That does nothing for us, because Inter are guaranteed top of the group, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Inter are guaranteed top of the group. So, unless Liverpool beat them in their next match, then they might have a chance of going top. But I don't know exactly how that head-to-head's going to work. I guess it depends on the score of the game because Inter beat Liverpool already. But if Liverpool beat Inter by a bigger scoreline, I believe that gives them the advantage in a head-to-head. It's too confusing. Let's just try to win this game and just not even worry about it. So far, though, I'm happy with your performance. We've been as good as Liverpool. This is a better performance than we had last time playing Liverpool at home. So I'm okay with it so far. This is acceptable. The result would be minimum that I want, and they're going to score. Because I said that, they're definitely going to score. And Virgil van Dijk didn't even score a header. The ball came right down to his foot, and he just pushed it into the back of the net like nothing. Salah with the ball across. Diogo Jota. Okay, that's a little bit of roles reversed. Diogo Jota winning the header, and Virgil van Dijk hitting it on the volley. Now we have to go attacking. Who's been awful? Correa's been absolutely horrific. So he's coming off. Suarez is moving back to Trequartista, even though he hasn't been good either. But João Felix has been terrible. So he's not coming on. Hermoso's been awful. We need a goal, so I'm going to bring on Lodi. Mandy's been awful. We need a goal. Going to bring on Trippier. Go with those changes. Going to encourage the team. If we lose here, we are guaranteed Europa League football. But Moussa Dembele comes in off the bench, and he scores a goal. Maybe it wasn't just because we drew it at their place. Maybe because of head-to-head, we had the better difference. What does it go down to now? Does it go down to goal difference? Because our head-to-heads are exactly the same. It was a 1-1 draw in the other match, too. I think. So, I'm guessing it comes down to goal difference, and they're actually better in goal difference than we are. So, but, yeah, we're still second, so we're still officially ahead of them on... Was it 2-2? I have to check. Was the other leg 2-2? I thought it was 1-1. No, it was 2-2. So, we do have the advantage because we scored more goals. Wait. Yeah, we scored more goals away from home than they did so far. So, we'd still have the head-to-head advantage if they don't score again. I'm going to take this off attacking. We got our goal. Now we need to defend because I don't think we're good enough to get a winner against this team, but they're definitely good enough to get a winner versus us. They've brought in Nico Williams, it looks like, at right back, I believe. He's going to put on the ball, but easy for Oblak. About 14 minutes left. No one else is playing poorly. Suarez must have got that assist because he has a good rating now. Dembele through on goal, looks for the chip, but he hits the crossbar. How unlucky is that? He goes for an audacious chip, but he hits the crossbar. Lamar's coming off. I'll bring on João Felix. He's had a decent game before, so let's make that change. Suarez is going to stay on. I'm going to encourage the team one last time. I don't think I'm actually going to make a change in the midfield, I think. I'm going to do something I haven't really done before. I'm going to move my Segundo Volantes onto attack. And I'm going to take off Llorente. Saul's tired, but he's played well. I'm actually going to move Saul to, what's Koke's attacking? 12 finishing, 14 long shots. 13 finishing, 12 long shots. What do I do here? I'm actually going to move this up to center mid and play this as a box-to-box midfielder. And I'm going to bring on Kondogbia. A little bit less defensive. I'm actually not going to move my Volantes onto attack because that. Keep them on support. Go with the box-to-box midfielder. I want Kondogbia. Basically, the whole reason I did this is because Kondogbia is really good in front of goal. 12 finishing, 16 long shots. So I want to shoot on sight, and I want to see if Kondogbia can pull off one of his patented long shots. He won't be able to do it at halfback. He won't get far enough forward. I don't really want to play Saul or Koke at halfback either. So I'm going to move Kondogbia up to a box-to-box. Keep our Segundo Volantes on support. And see if we can get the goal. I think a long shot's what it's going to take. I think it's going to take a moment of brilliance, and Trippier is injured. Well, luckily we have another right back on the bench. That is very lucky, actually. So we're able to get away with that. He's not very good, but he's at least a player. He can at least play the position. Can't do any more encouragement, so this is going to be the last chance of the game. 95th minute, 30 seconds left in the game. We have the ball. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it looks like we're about to give the ball away. Just like that. Lodi just running endlessly with the ball, but Henderson is being closed down. He gets the ball over to Shaqiri. Back to Lucas. Lucas gets intercepted by Llorente. I thought I took... Wait, did I not... Wait, I took Llorente off. Wait, what the heck? I definitely put Kondogbia there, didn't I? I mean, it worked out because we had enough subs left for Sanchez, but I could have sworn I put Kondogbia in. Rewind that. If I didn't, rail me in the comments, but I'm almost certain I put Kondogbia in that game. Well, if this leads to a goal, at least maybe my mistake or whatever that happened is good, as Dembele has a chance. Lay it to Koke, who finds the back of the net. Koke, in the 96th minute. The last seconds of extra time. I said it might take a moment of brilliance. A long shot. I told him to shoot on sight. And Dembele gets the ball, lays it back to Koke, and he crushes it from outside the area, finds the bottom right corner. Now it's time to go as defensive as possible. I don't think they'll even have enough time to do anything. Like, surely they won't have enough time to do anything. But that should be it. I'm actually going to play them as attacking midfielders on support so they'll defend a little bit more. And I put our wingbacks on defend just to make sure they don't have a kickoff highlight that ends in a goal. I don't think they'll even allow him to take the kickoff really, but very defensive. If we get the ball, waste time. And that's full time. We have beaten Liverpool at home. I believe this means that we are guaranteed to go through second in the group. And we get Champions League football. We keep Champions League football. Is that a great... Now you have to kind of ask yourself, what is better? Winning the Europa League or maybe winning the Champions League? I still think giving a chance to win the Champions League is better than a very good chance to win the Europa League. I think if we not get third place in this group, I think we win the Europa League. I think we're the best team that's not going to finish first or second. Unless some team gets absolutely shocked. I didn't look at the groups, but I think we'd have to be one of, if not the favorites to win the Europa League. I don't think we're favorites to win the Champions League. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool might not be in there now, but Man City, there's a lot of very good teams that we have to beat, and we barely beat Liverpool. Good work out there, lads. You did what was needed tonight. Let's see if we get a news item that says we guaranteed to finish second. I think that's the case. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was a sensational turnaround and a fantastic victory. You must be delighted. It only goes to it only goes to show the level of spirit in that dressing room. They refused to be beaten. Your team scored an extremely late but crucial goal today. Were you surprised that so much stoppage time was added? You'd have to ask the referee about that. It's none of my business. I don't do stoppage time. He does. I think we're guaranteed to go through. 3 points. Only one game left. We have the head-to-head. Unless I'm an idiot, we are guaranteed to go through to the next round of the Champions League. Yes, we qualify for the first knockout round. I'm not an idiot, as Trippier is out 3 to 4 weeks. That's unfortunate. Koke, with his last second goal, gives us Champions League football. What a player. What a goal. What a moment. Now we need to use that level of spirit that we showed in that game to come back and win it against Real Madrid, away from home. This is probably a tougher game than that Liverpool game, and that was ridiculously tough. So, I'll see you when we start that match. I'll see you when I've got the team selection, that is. So, hold tight. I'll be right back. We are on the day of the Real Madrid match, but before we get there, I want to take one look at the groups before the last game of the group stage. Barcelona have qualified. Porto are currently in second, but both Lazio and Lokomotiv Moscow have a chance to finish second. Whoever has to face Barcelona is probably not doing that, but whoever's facing Porto, that's going to be a huge game for second place in the group. PSG have gone through in their group. Shakhtar are drawn on points with Celtic. They must have a better head-to-head. So even Slavia Prague could get through. So that's anyone's group. We are one of the only ones whose first and second is guaranteed. Inter are guaranteed first place. We're guaranteed second place. So our next match with Stade Rennais means absolutely nothing. I'll play all of the backups. Even though I don't think there's another game after that for a while, I still don't want to risk anyone getting injured. So I'll play all of the backups. Liverpool are going to the Europa League, guaranteed. Even if Stade Rennais win and they lose, they're getting Europa League football, so they should be winning that competition. Juventus have won their group. They must have had a better head-to-head against Chelsea. So it's either Chelsea or Leipzig for the second spot. I mean, whichever one of those teams finishes in Europe will give Liverpool a good game. But I still think Liverpool are probably the best team. Man United and Ghent are both guaranteed to go through in their group. No huge surprise. Ghent over Zenit's a little bit of a surprise, but that's about it. No one's guaranteed to go through in Group F or Group G, but Group F, Man City, Real Madrid, and Gladbach can all go through, but they can also all Man City might not be able to get knocked out. Man City probably have a better head-to-head than Gladbach. So Man City are probably guaranteed top 2, but actually no, it's a Q for qualified, wouldn't it? Maybe they don't have the better head-to-head, because I think they're just qualified total. They're not qualified in first place. So Chelsea still have a chance to win that group. Man City has no guarantees to finish in the Champions League spots, so could be anyone's between City, Real Madrid, and Gladbach. I still expect City and Real Madrid to go through. This group is very surprising. Marseille being on top, but again, no one's guaranteed to finish in the top 2. Dortmund, even though they're bottom of the group now, could finish in the top 2 spots. Same for Sevilla, same for Marseille, same for Olympiacos. Bayern Munich are actually not guaranteed to go through either. Salzburg are guaranteed to go through over Bayern Munich. They beat Bayern Munich 3-2 and lost. No, they're playing Bayern Munich today. So all Bayern Munich have to do is beat Salzburg, and they're guaranteed second place in the group. Otherwise, Atalanta and maybe even Ajax can challenge them. Ajax drew and lost, so Bayern Munich have the head-to-head. So only Atalanta. So it's either going to be Bayern Munich or Atalanta getting through. Let me look at these. They won and lost. No, Juventus is playing Chelsea. They've already beat them once, 5-1. So I don't think Chelsea's overturning that advantage. I think Juventus is winning that group. So there's the group stage of the Champions League so far. And this is a squad I'm going to use to play Real Madrid. Suarez is going to move down to Trequartista. Correa is coming out because he had a 6.1 last game. Speaking of that, he needs to be fined for that. He's being fined today's wages. 6.1 and you get fined. So I'm going with this. We started this at the end of the match, and it got us a goal. So I'm going to do Luis Suarez as a Trek and Dembele as the advanced forward. Kondogbia comes in for Llorente because Llorente picked up a little bit of a training injury. He's okay to be on the bench, but I don't want to risk starting him. And then no other changes. So we did have another injury. Kieran Trippier obviously got injured, so he's out 11 days to 3 weeks. So Ricardo Sanchez comes in to be the backup right back. Savage and Abram come in to be the backup center backs. So let's do it. Let's get into this game. It's going to be difficult, but actually, before we do that, let's make sure we go on balanced. Next match only. Let's play. I'm going to say go out there and give the fans their money's worth. I assume this is a rivalry, so it's a big match. Big match for the fans. It's not the best weather for football out there today. How do you think the conditions will affect your performance? My players can adapt to any situation. A little bit of weather isn't going to affect us. It is a derby. Ryan, it's derby day. How much do you look forward to taking on your local rivals? It's always a tremendous occasion, and the atmosphere is something to behold. Hopefully we can harness the energy and intensity of the day and send the fans home happy. Yeah, obviously it's a rivalry. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. Duh. Real Madrid have lost their last two, though. So they're not in good form. One of those might have been in Europe, but I don't know if that's their league losses, but one of them is probably in the league. I doubt they've played 2 European games back to back. So they're not as big of a threat maybe as we took them out to be. If someone else, I don't know who else beat them, but they're currently second. Barcelona have jumped to third. They started off poorly, but looks like they've gotten back on track. It looks like Real Madrid might have the first attack here with Carvajal down this right-hand side, going one-on-one with Mario Hermoso into Eden Hazard, who, what is he doing there? Is he playing a right winger position? I'll have to look at that after this highlight. Dembele's through on goal, but a nice save by Courtois, and he runs it out. Let's see where they're playing Eden Hazard. They're playing him on the right wing. They're playing Wijnaldum on the left wing. They have bought Wijnaldum and are playing him on the wing. That is, let's just say, interesting. That's interesting, Real Madrid. You'd play Hazard on the right and Wijnaldum on the left. Cruz with the ball, and Wijnaldum in so much space. Obviously, him playing on the left has nothing to do with that, but Benzema from the scramble puts the ball in the back of the net. We are 1-0 down after 20 minutes. Cruz, why is no one, who is this? Lamar, what are you doing? Mark him. He's just standing there watching him as the ball comes into his foot and he gets an open shot on goal. There's 2 players in the box unmarked. That is awful defending. As they're going to score from another free kick. A corner this time. And Rafael Varane has headed it in. We have lost. We are not coming back from 2-0 down at Real Madrid's place. What are you doing? Who is that? Hermoso! Try to clear it. At least try. Don't just watch it go in. Good Lord, I hate my team right now. 2 just unexcusable, I don't want to call them errors, but just lapses in judgment by my team, and we hand them 2 goals. That is infuriating, but they probably deserve it. They don't deserve 2. They deserve a goal. They deserve to be in the lead. They've been the better team, which I figured they would be, because this Atletico Madrid team, it's good, but it's still nowhere near as good as these Madrid teams and Barcelona and Liverpool. We're not as good as Liverpool, even though we did beat them. They had a few injuries. We were pretty much fully healthy. We're not a better team than Liverpool is. So it's going to take tactics in order to beat teams like that. And I think our tactics did pretty well last game against Liverpool, but this Madrid team is just ridiculous. They're better for us man by man. I don't think Suarez wouldn't even get in their team. Benzema is probably better. As Hermoso's been awful. He's going to come off. Suarez has been awful, but he's the best player on this team. I'm not going to bring on Sanchez for Mandy because that is not a good switch. Jimenez has been terrible this season. He's a terrible player. Let's go to the dressing room real quick. I'm far from pleased. Make sure those subs were made. Lodi is coming in. Dude, but yeah, Jimenez, he's averaging like a 6.4. Like, it's ridiculous. Anytime we play a good team, he is garbage. I actually thought he was a really good player. Like, apparently FM doesn't recreate real life, because in this game, he is terrible. Kondogbia again with a terrible game. I think this halfback just does not get good ratings. That's what I've concluded from this save so far, is that halfback is a bad role. Do not play a halfback. Kondogbia is a fantastic player. So is Marcus Llorente, and they are not good at halfback. The role is broken, just like deep line playmaker is broken. You can't get good ratings from it, no matter how good the player is. You can have Messi playing deep line playmaker, and he will average a 6.6 on the season. The role is broken. Halfback is apparently broken. Trequartistas seem to be okay. They can get some good ratings, so Trequartistas haven't been bad. Obviously, it's not working this game with Luis Suarez, but it's been good for the most part on the season. They have absolutely destroyed us. Holy crap. We need to go direct, because we are not doing anything with the ball. Suarez is down to a 6.2. He's coming off. He's getting fined as well. Correa's going to come on. He's got big matches. This is obviously a big match. I didn't bring him on last game because he played like a 6.1, so that's why I didn't start him this game, because he played a 6.1. You're not playing if you play a 6.1. Screw that. Saul's going to come off. He's on a yellow and he's tired. Marcus Llorente is going to come on. Jimenez is coming off. Get off my freaking pitch. Get off my pitch. Mandy's been terrible too, but Ricardo's no better. So bringing him on does absolutely nothing for this team. We've got to go full attacking. Lamar's going to come off, and if we can make another sub. I don't know if we have another sub left. No, we got one left, so João Felix is going to come on. Felix, Correa, Dembele, Llorente, switch him and Kondogbia, Koke, Mandy, Lodi. Yeah, so going very attacking, extremely direct. We need 2 goals in 10 minutes. Going to berate the team. Berating the team is actually a really good thing. If you're getting destroyed, berate the crap out of your team, because they love it. They must be, is it sadistic? Is that the word I'm trying to think of? It must be sadistic, because they love to get berated. Mandy's going to have a chance down this right-hand side, but just awful. Absolutely awful. Cruz is going to run away with it. Cruz is outpacing our entire team, even though he has like 5 pace. Going to put a ball in for Benzema, but a nice save, and the second shot goes against the side netting. We got lucky there. They absolutely destroyed us. It wasn't even a contest. It's like they were playing a 4th division team. That is how bad they destroyed us. 0.3 XG to 3.5. I'm finding every single player in this team that I can. I expect to see you in training tomorrow. You don't deserve rest after that crap show. The result will obviously be disappointment, but what did you make of the team's performance? I want to apologize to the fans who had to watch that today. It simply wasn't good enough. A result like that must really hurt your pride. I feel distraught. Absolutely pathetic performance. The worst performance I've had in Football Manager, I think, in this FM. I think that's the worst I've ever had a single team play in FM21. I've never been beaten that bad. Obviously, it wasn't even. I've been beaten by a bigger result, but the way they played, they absolutely destroyed us. I've been a League 2 team playing a Premier League team, and we played better than we did today against Real Madrid. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's go find all of our players. I can't find Dembele because he's on loan, but Luis Suarez, you're getting a 1-week fine. Lamar, I think, did all right, so he won't get a fine. I don't think any of our midfielders played. Actually, Kondogbia can definitely get a fine. Disciplined player for poor performance, fine a week's wages. Koke, I think, did all right. Hermoso wasn't good. He can get a fine. Fine a week's wages. Jimenez can definitely get a fine. Fine a week's wages. Felipe, I think, did all right. And Mandy did all right. No, Mandy did not. Oh, yeah, Mandy wasn't very good. That's right. Oops, I didn't mean to fine 2 weeks. That is why you don't always take those off there. Disciplined player for poor performance. Always have this little pop-up, because sometimes you make mistakes on that. Bad clicks, so I like to have that as a backup, just in case I mess up. Oblak I can't find. Who else came on? João Felix came on. Did he do bad enough in that little bit of time? No. Angel Correa, he probably didn't do bad enough. Llorente. I'm literally finding every player possible. That's all I can find, so hopefully they'll react well to that. Let's actually advance and see. Everyone accept their fines, as they should. They played like garbage against the biggest rival they have. Now, after those, well, one good performance against Liverpool, obviously that was a huge win. We probably didn't deserve it, but that was a huge win. But then the absolute biggest stinker I've ever seen against Real Madrid. And next time we're going to have to play Barcelona. Great. Alves or Elche? I guess Elche. They're doing a little bit better. I don't know when I'm going to come back after that. Probably the first knockout round of the Champions League. I don't know when that starts, but at least sometime after this. I think it'll be sometime in February. Isn't that right? I think it's in February. So I'll come back next time for Barcelona Elche. If you've made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.